6 smart phrases that stop people from talking over you. Why being talked over drains your confidence. Being talked over is one of the most subtle but damaging forms of disrespect. It happens so fast that you often don't even realize it in the moment. You're speaking, making a point, sharing something meaningful, and suddenly someone jumps in and keeps going as if your voice never mattered. Over time, this doesn't just affect conversations, it affects how you see yourself. Many people assume that being talked over means they're not confident enough or not interesting enough, but that's not true. In reality, interruptions happen because most people are never taught how to listen, and confident speakers are often the calmest ones in the room, not the loudest. This video isn't about arguing, raising your voice, or becoming aggressive. It's about learning smart phrases that quietly, but powerfully stop people from talking over you while keeping your dignity intact. 1. Let me finish my thought. This phrase works because it is simple, direct, and emotionally neutral. When someone interrupts you, their brain is usually running faster than their manners. By saying, "Let me finish my thought," you gently interrupt the interruption. You're not accusing them of being rude, and you're not asking for permission either. You're stating a boundary. The power of this phrase lies in how it's delivered. When spoken slowly, without anger and without apology, it forces the other person to pause and recognize that they crossed a line. Over time, people learn that interrupting you won't work because you calmly reclaim your space every single time. This phrase is especially effective in professional environments and group discussions where respect and structure matter more than dominance. 2. I'm not done yet. Short phrases often carry the most authority, and "I'm not done yet" is a perfect example. There's no emotion attached to it, no explanation, and no room for debate. It communicates certainty. People who talk over others often rely on hesitation and politeness to take control of conversations. When you say this phrase calmly and then continue speaking, you remove that opportunity. The silence that follows the phrase is just as important as the words themselves. Silence makes people uncomfortable in a way that shouting never does. It forces them to step back while you continue. This phrase works best with people who interrupt frequently or dominate conversations because it sets a clear and firm boundary without escalating the situation. 3. Hold on, I'll come to you in a moment. This phrase subtly shifts the power dynamic in your favor. Instead of reacting defensively, you take control of the flow of the conversation. By saying, "Hold on, I'll come to you in a moment," you acknowledge the other person without surrendering your turn to speak. Psychologically, this positions you as the person guiding the discussion rather than competing within it. It's the same language used by leaders, moderators, and confident speakers. When you continue your point after saying this, you demonstrate composure under pressure. People instinctively respect those who remain calm while maintaining control. This phrase is particularly effective in group settings where multiple people are eager to speak. 4. Let's stay with this point for a second. Not all interruptions are aggressive. Sometimes people interrupt because they want to redirect the conversation or jump ahead. This phrase handles those moments with intelligence and maturity. Instead of focusing on the interruption itself, you focus on the importance of the idea being discussed. "Let's stay with this point for a second" sounds reasonable and thoughtful, which makes it very difficult to argue against. It communicates that what you're saying deserves attention and completion. This phrase works exceptionally well in meetings, discussions, and learning environments where clarity matters more than speed. You're not silencing anyone, you're simply ensuring that ideas are finished before moving on. 5. I want to hear you, let me finish first. This is one of the most emotionally intelligent phrases you can use when someone talks over you. Many interruptions happen because people fear they won't get a chance to speak. By saying, "I want to hear you, let me finish first," you remove that fear while still protecting your boundary. This phrase lowers defensiveness and keeps the conversation respectful. It tells the other person that their voice matters, but timing matters too. When delivered in a calm and steady tone, this phrase builds mutual respect rather than tension. It is especially powerful in personal relationships and emotional conversations where maintaining connection is just as important as being heard. 6. If I can finish, this will make more sense. This phrase appeals to logic rather than authority. Instead of framing the interruption as rude, you frame it as unhelpful. People generally want conversations to be efficient and understandable, and this phrase taps into that desire. It subtly suggests that the interruption is breaking the flow and reducing clarity. Because it sounds rational and cooperative, most people instinctively stop and listen. This phrase is ideal when explaining something, telling a story, or presenting an idea that requires context. It allows you to maintain control of the conversation without sounding defensive or aggressive. Teaching people how to treat your voice being talked over doesn't mean you lack confidence. It often means you haven't been taught the language of boundaries. The phrases you've learned in this video are not about winning conversations. They're about teaching people how to treat your voice. When you consistently use calm, clear language, people adjust their behavior. Respect is built through repetition, not confrontation. Choose one phrase from this video and start using it today. Say it slowly, without apology, and continue speaking. Your voice deserves space, and the moment you believe that, others will too.